Hello, hello there. Hi, how you doing? Oh, I'm excited. Yes, I'm excited and I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you because guess what? You made it out of the first quarter of this year and you are in the second quarter, man. Yes, that's what I'm excited. I'm excited because I made it too, man. So many people started last quarter, which is the first quarter of this year, and they didn't make it out of that quarter. And you are here, we are in the month of April. It means that you made it out of the first quarter, and that's why I'm excited for you. Yeah, I'm excited because see you. I'm excited because you are alive. If you are watching this, it means that you are alive. I'm excited. I want to thank you for following me, man. Just in case you are new, I want to say welcome to the program. This is The Mind with John, and I'm John here on The Mind. I'm the host and the producer. And this year we've been doing great. You all have been wonderful. You've been following, you've been watching and sending me, feedback, which I appreciate. I want to thank those of you who take your time to respond, to text me and say, I'm doing a good job. Thank you. And it is because of you that I do all this. So I'm excited for you and I'm glad we are here. And what we do here is usually we come to dime, D-I-M-E, which is detoxify your mind of negativities to inspire your thoughts, motivate your spirit. And our goal here is to empower your action, to make you take the right actions in your life. Action that will prepare you, that will take you to the change that you really want in your life. So I want to welcome you to this program once again, The Mind with John. And I want to say happy new month. Yes, we are in a new month, man. I'm excited that I made it through the first quarter of this year, and you too made it, man. So many people didn't make it, man, but here we are. We are the winners, right? We are the winners of the first quarter because we made it through despite all the obstacles, the trials and temptations. We made it through, man. I'm excited for you. We started this year, the first quarter, we started a topic, what's killing 2023 momentum. The momentum, the zeal, the anxiety, the energy that we brought into this year to do those things that we plan to do. Some of us are not doing those things. So the question is, what's killing that energy? Why you have not done the things that you wanted to do in this year? And the first quarter is going, some of you are already giving up. So the question is, and the personal question I want to ask you is, your 2023 momentum, is it dead or is it still alive? I mean, the thing that we're going to be discussing this second quarter is actually doing the first time. We're going to be discussing, diving deep into why the first time you do something in your life. But before we go to that, let us just retrospect a little bit on the general topic for this year, which is momentum killers. What's killing your momentum? And as you know, we talk about the four fears and the four failures. The things that are killing our momentum this year, they are fears and failures. The failure to see beyond the now. We already talked about those things. So just looking back at some of the stuff that we discussed while we were coming through the first quarter, we talked about the failure to see beyond the now. That's something that has killed our momentum. That's something that has made us weak. The failure to feel the consequences of the future. The failure to do the research. The failure to set time or to set boundary. And the four fears that are killing our momentum for this year is the fear of failure. We are afraid we think when we do something we will fail. The fear of rejection, the fear of regret, the fear of responsibility. So four failures and four fears are the momentum killers. Those are the things that has killed our momentum for this year. The things I really want to do this year, those are the reason why we have not done it yet. The four failures. We have failed to see beyond the now. You see, last year we were so anxious to do something. This year we are not even looking beyond now. We have come to settle for the status quo. At least I got a job. We're not thinking about tomorrow if I don't have a job. At least I can afford to pay my rent. We are not talking about the future. So we are only looking beyond. We are not looking beyond the now. We have settled for what it is. It is today. The failure to feel the consequences of the future. We are not looking at the pain that we'll face tomorrow, the struggle that we'll go through tomorrow. We are not looking at the future of our life. We're only looking at today. So we are not thinking about the pain we're going to feel tomorrow. Because today we're not feeling no pain. Yeah, I can afford to pay my rent. I can afford to buy my grocery. We're not thinking about tomorrow when we can't pay our rent. We're not talking about tomorrow when we can't afford to do the things we're doing today. So the failure to feel that pain that we'll feel in the future. Our failure to do the research. It's because we didn't do the research to find out that the things that we really want to do this year, whether it was doable. Whether we were able to do it. You see, we just saw other people saying they are doing something. We say, oh yeah, I too will do it next year. And we failed to do the research. So when we got to this year and we wanted to do, realize that it was not what we really thought it was. So that zeal, that momentum, some of us have said, oh, you know, I will just wait for next year. Our failure to set the time and the boundary. Yeah, we stay operating like we did before. We got no time. We have not made a time for the things that we really want to do this year. We didn't set the time. We have not set the boundary. So every time we want to do it, something else come in. Something else creep in. So therefore, our failure to set the time, to set boundary for the thing that we really want to do this year, and we realize now we ain't got the time because you can't have the time when you didn't set the time. Now the end result, we're getting weak. You know, that energy that we brought into this year to do those things, that energy is going away because we didn't set the time to do the things that we wanted to do this year. The four fears. And another thing that kills our momentum is fear. The first fear is we're afraid that we will fail. Yeah. What if I try this and I fail? So that fear of failure has set in and we just say to ourselves, I don't think I can do it. And then we're afraid to be rejected. What if I do it and it ain't work and I'm rejected? What if nobody, accept what I want to do? So that fear of rejection also is killing our momentum. And then another fear is that what if we regret? What if it didn't work? And we think that we'll regret. What if I put all my stuff, my time into this thing and it didn't work out? They fear that we will regret what we plan to do. That too is killing our momentum. That energy will break because we are afraid that we will regret. And the fear of responsibility. Some of us are afraid to take responsibility. We will feel that if we do this thing will bring a lot of responsibility on us. If we find our new job and we get our position that we really want, it will give me too much to do. I will have too much responsibility. When I have to be the director, I have to make sure that things are done. That's too much responsibility. I can't handle it. So the fear of, additional responsibility in our life is killing our momentum. I stop by to tell you that you can do anything, man. I stop by to tell you that you can do it. This quarter is the quarter to do anything that you want to do. And that's why the first thing I want to tell you, you need to re-energize, You need to re-energize that momentum. You need to sit down and look at your future. The benefit that what you really want to do in your life. will bring you in the future. So that's why I don't want you to give up, man. It's not time. This quarter is not a quarter to give up. Don't, yeah, the first quarter gone, yes, but you are in a brand new quarter, man. And I just want you to know that you can do anything you want to do. I don't know if you're a Christian. It doesn't matter whether you're a Christian or not. God said that what you can do with Him on your side. He said you can do anything. I can do anything with Christ. It will require some faith if you're a Christian. And faith requires action. So it will require you to build that faith to do what you want to do. But faith requires action because God Himself said faith of all work is dead. If you are not a Christian, you will take risks. It's time to take risks. The risk that you have never taken to change your life this quarter, this is a quarter for you to take that risk. Rebuild that momentum, man. Rebuild that energy. Re-energize yourself. And let me help you. Let me just make you to understand that time is on your side. Don't think only one quarter gone. This year have 4 quarters, man. 4 quarters. One gone, you got 3 more quarters. So you got time on your side. You still got time to re-energize yourself, to rebuild that momentum. You still got time, man. I just came to tell you that you still got time. This is just the second quarter. You got 2 more quarters to go beside this quarter, man. So don't let nobody tell you, say, oh, hey, you don't got time. You have time to do anything that you want to do in this year. That's why I want to talk to you a little bit about the first time. I want to talk to you a little bit about the first time because you see, some of us there are things that we want to do, but we are afraid because it will be our first time doing it. Yeah, we are afraid because it will be our first time. And so the message I got for you this new quarter is what? The first time, man. The first time you ever do something is scary. If it requires risk, it requires faith, but it can be done. Because let me just remind you, there's not a first time in your life that you will be doing something for the first time. Oh, no. There's not a first time. Let me just remind you, your birth on this earth was the first time. You were not born before and you went back and came back. No, your birth on this earth was the first time that you stepped your foot on this earth. And guess what? You are still here. You stay here, man. So the first time you ever did something which was your birth on this earth, though someone helped you, but you didn't fail. You survived it. And you are here. You have grown up. So the first time you ever did something, now why are you afraid to do something for the first time? Many of us are afraid because, oh, I ain't able to do it. I ain't done it before. I ain't do business before. I ain't do this before. So we are afraid, but I stop at the first time. Don't be afraid because there's not your first time you'll do something in your life for the first time. Can you remember the first time you were born? You were born. Do you remember the first time that your parents sat you down, they put some pillow around you and gave you a booster so you can sit? Somebody helped you to sit down for the first time. So there are people around you who are willing to help you to do whatever you want to do for the first time. Don't sit there and say, I've never done this before, so I can't do it. You can do it, man. You remember the first time you crawl? You got tired sitting down and you decide, say, I'm going to get up, and you got on both your foot and your hand, and you begin to crawl like some animal. You did it. And you succeeded, man. You succeeded. Nobody made you to crawl. You crawl by yourself. The first time you succeeded. And then one day you got tired crawling. Instead, today I will stand up. So you stood up. The first time you stood up, and when there was nobody around, you stood up. Then when people decided to look at you, sat back down because you were a little bit scared and ashamed. But since you stood up for the first time, you have been standing up because what? You stood up for the first time in your life. That's why today you can stand up. And because you stood up for the first time, you succeeded. One day you stood up, you decided to take a step. Oh yeah, you remember the first time you took a step? Oh, you can't remember because you were too young, right? But one day in your life, you got tired just standing up and say, I'm tired. I will take a step. And guess what? You took your first step. And maybe when you took your first step, you fell down. But that didn't stop you from standing up again. You stood up for the second time in your life. The first time you stood up, man, that was a success. So there are so many things you have done in your life for the first time and you have succeeded. So why now you are worried about doing something in your life for the first time? Why are you afraid of doing something for the first time in your life? You remember the first time you said, Papa? Yeah, you remember the first time you said, Papa, and everybody look and say, oh, he said something, or she said something. She called Mama. It was the first time you said a word out of your mouth beside crying. And that first word you said, you kept adding on it, you kept adding on it, you begin to speak. And when you are speaking the first time, people didn't understand you. But then gradually you kept building your strength, your talking strength. But it all started with what? The first time you talk. And today you are talking. Hear me here today talking. I was not talking at the first time, but because I was able to build my talking, adding on words, and then I went to school. But I succeeded because what? The first time I talk. You too, the first time you talk. You remember the first time you saw your spouse? There is a first time for everything in your life. You have done it for the first time before and you have never failed. And that's what I stopped by today to just tell you that there is a first time in your life for everything. You have always been victorious. Everything you've done in your life for the first time, you have been victorious. You have never lose. So I just came to remind you, there is no need to be afraid to what? To get out there and do something for the first time. And that's what I want to say to you this month. This April. This April is the month of the first time in your life. And I'm here to encourage you that there is something you need to put your hands to and do for the first time. I'm not saying those stuff that you've been doing in the past. I'm talking about this is the quarter to do something in your life for the first time. And the reason you need to do it because you have always succeeded. You have never failed the first time in your life. Your birth was the first time you succeeded. When you sat down, you got help. You sat down for the first time, you were able to sit down. You stood up for the first time, you were able to succeed. And today, nobody can help you to stand up. You stand up by yourself because why? You succeeded the first time. Today, you are talking because you talked for the first time. You are walking today because you walked for the first time. Nobody told you what to do. You just got on one and say, I'm tired of sitting here. I'm going to walk. I'm going to take a few steps. And when you took this step, and since that time you have been taking steps, you've been walking. That's why I came to remind you today that this second quarter, consider the second quarter in your life to be the quarter of the first time. Consider this month to be the month of the first time in your life, the month that you're going to initiate stuff in your life for the first time because you know you have a track record for success. Whenever you do something for the first time, there is power in doing something for the first time because when you're scared to do it, as long you do it, that fear goes away. There is a power when you do something for the first time. And to do something for the first time in your life, it requires risk, it requires faith. It requires you to take action. It requires effort. Sometimes you got to build that confidence that you don't have. And just do it. If you're going to fly, just fly, man. You know, if you're going to fly, just fly. You will grow your wings on your way down. If you don't take a step, you will stay where you are. In your life, you don't take the first step in your life, you'll remain static. You'll remain standing where you are. And that's why I came today to just remind you that let this quarter be the quarter for the first time in your life. The quarter where you're going to initiate, the quarter where you're going to do something that you've never done before. Let this quarter be the quarter for the first time in your life. And let this month, April, be the month of the first time. And I stop by to remind you as a Christian in the words of God. He said, fear not, for I am with you. God is saying that he is with you in the second quarter of the year. It's time for you to take that action in your life for the first time. Put away the fear. Fear is the workshop of the devil. You see, the devil wants to keep you started. The devil wants to keep you doing the same old thing that you've been doing for the past years. The same old thing that you did the whole last quarter that has not done nothing for you. But God is saying to you, man, it's time for you to increase your faith. It's time for you to take risks in your life. It's time for you to take that action. It's time for you to do something for the first time in your life. Something that will move your life in the new direction, that will bring change in your life. Maybe it's time to go back to school, man. To get that degree that you've been waiting for. Maybe it's time for you to do that course that you've been afraid to do. Maybe it's time for you to quit that job that ain't doing nothing for you. Maybe it's time for you to put your application in. Maybe it's time to get out of that relationship that ain't doing nothing for you. Maybe it's time for you to do something that you've never done before. It's time to take the risk, man. You see, risk was meant to be taken. That's what it was meant for. It was not meant for animals alone. Animals take risks. But risk was not meant for animals. It was meant for you and myself to take it and try. Because you will never know what the end result is if you don't take it. And that's what I'm here to just let you know, man. As we enter this new month, as we enter this second quarter of this year, that momentum that you brought into this year that is dying, it's time to re-energize it. It's time to rebuild it. It's time to take that risk that you wanted to take last year. You know, last year when you said, next year I will do this. You had so much confidence of taking that risk. And then you got into this year, you're like, I'm scared now. You now allow fear to take over. Go back to that your last year moment in your life when you said, next year I will do this, next year I will do that. And you are not even thinking about how. You just knew you were going to do it. I want to remind you, man, that you can do anything that you put your mind to as a child of God. You can do anything that you put your mind to, man. And I'm here to just encourage you, man. Consider this April, the month of the first time in your life. Consider this month to be the month that you're going to do something that you've never done in your life. You're going to do it for the first time because you have a success record in your life for the first time. There are so many things that you have done in your life for the first time that you have succeeded. You remember the first time you stepped your foot to a classroom? Did you fail? No. You succeeded, you graduated. You remember the first time you went to college? You succeeded, you graduated. You got your degree. So why worry about the first time? This is your time, man. You can do it. You did it before. The records are there. You can do it again. Don't let nobody tell you it can't be done. No, don't let nobody say, Jerry try and fail. Yeah, Jerry tried, but you're going to try for the first time. Don't let nobody tell you Peter try and fail. Because first of all, you are not Peter. Even if your name is Peter, you are not that Peter. You're a different Peter. God made you special, man. That's why only you got the fingerprint you ever have. Nobody got the same fingerprint with you, man. And I want to say to you, happy new month, happy new quarter, man. I wish you the best. I wish you success as you strive to try something for the first time, man. And I know you will succeed. Oh, John, how you know I will succeed? I know you will succeed because you have never failed the first time you did something. Your birth, you didn't fail. Sitting down, you didn't fail. Standing up for the first time, you didn't fail. Walking, you didn't fail. Talking, you didn't fail. Going to school, you didn't fail. Getting your spouse, you didn't fail. Remember the first time you saw her? Or he came and said hi? And I can see the smile in your face. And today you're together. So I just want to say to you, man, there's a first time in everything in life. And you will not fail the first time. Pull that fear away, man. You can do it. You can do it because you have a track record, man. Look at your life. So many things you did for the first time and you succeeded. I can tell you with guarantee that whatever you put your mind to, if you do it with the energy that you bring to it, you will succeed. So let this month, let this quarter be the month of the first time in your life. Do something you never done for the first time that will lead you to success. And that you can encourage others and say, look, man, the first time I quit my job, I succeeded. The first time I started my business, yeah, I am. The first time I decided to go back to school, yeah, I am. You can be a role model in someone's life. And especially for your family. You know, no matter what we do, man, I tell you, no matter what you do in life, you are a role model to somebody. You are a role model to somebody is looking at you and say, I want to be like auntie, I want to be their uncle, I want to be their daddy, I want to be their brother, I want to be like sister, man. Don't disappoint them. Somebody wants to be like you, man. Somebody is looking up to you. Don't disappoint them, man. You're not doing it to yourself, brother. You're not doing it to yourself, sister. You do it to somebody who is looking at you. And you are not doing it for yourself. Yeah, you may benefit from it, but you're doing it so that tomorrow when someone look and say, if daddy could do it, if auntie could do it, if uncle could do it, if mama could do it, if big sister could do it, I too can do it. Once again, there is the program, The Mind with John, and I'm John on the Mind. As always, we are here to detoxify your mind of negativities, inspire your thoughts, motivate your spirit. And all we really want to do is empower your actions. So I hope this second quarter of this year, you can take the necessary actions in your life. And that is to do something for the first time this year that will benefit you, benefit your family, that will serve someone. Take care. God bless. Once again, I want to thank you for following me. I want to thank you. You know, I hope you continue following me. We are going to continue the momentum killer in this second quarter. We're going to bring some other things in, but we're going to continue the momentum killer, man. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful time. Once again, happy new month. Have a wonderful time. Bye for that.